Hello everyone, welcome to Royal Palace online crash course classes. Today, this is the last video of your first year. Today I am going to discuss transmission of heat. Some important points. I will give a quick recap how to solve problems in transmission of heat. And some theory part is there, like radiation. What is radiation, what is conduction, what is convection. You can go through your notes, then you can understand. I will give the technique how to solve the problems in transmission of heat. In transmission of heat, first we will start with conduction. Conduction is actual movement of molecules. Movement of heat without actual movement of molecules. It is movement of heat. Heat energy will flow without actual movement of molecules. That means if one end is heated, so here I am heating this end, heat will flow from one end to other end without actual movement of the molecules. What happens here is, in solids, it is predominant in solids. In solids, the molecules are very closely associated like this. So when they are very closely associated, the molecule which is getting heated up will transfer its heat to next molecule, and that molecule will transfer to the next molecule, and finally heat is transferred. Okay. The rate of heat transfer is called, here you have to understand the link between conduction and current electricity. If you understand the link between conduction and current electricity, transmission of heat is very simple. You can solve problems within 1 minute. Actually, in competitive exams, you can have to solve the problem in least possible time. If you solve one physics problem per total 3 hours, they will not give you seat. You have to solve very quick and fast. For that, you have to understand the logic how to solve the problem. So here dq by dt, we call it as thermal current, rate of flow of heat, thermal current. And resistance, you know that resistance is proportional to length, and it is proportional to 1 by A. Here what resistance I am talking here is about resistance of the conductor. It is also called thermal resistance, resistance of the conductor, which offers opposition to flow of heat. So resistance is equal to, in current electricity, we will write it as rho L by A. But here in heat we will write it as L by Ka, both are same. Here what is the difference is, K is conductance, rho is resistance. K is conductivity, rho is resistivity. The same difference. Now you can apply Ohm's law here. You can apply Ohm's law. If you apply Ohm's law, according to person called Ohm, V is equal to IR, where V is the potential difference. Here what difference you have to take? When temperature difference is there, heat will flow. So temperature difference you take it as potential difference, T2 minus T1. Or in some books they will write theta 2 minus theta 1. Okay. T2 minus T1 is the potential difference here. That I will take it as temperature difference. Is equal to thermal current dq by dt into L by Ka. If you remember this formula, you can solve any kind of question in transmission of heat. Very simple. That is, if question is asked from transmission of heat regarding conduction, if you remember this formula, you can do it. No need to remember formula for surface temperature. No need to remember the formula for steady temperature. When two rods are joined in series, when two rods are joined in parallel, whatever may be the situation, you can solve by using this simple technique. Very simple technique. Now I will use this formula. Suppose if two rods are connected in series, let us take two rods of same length. For easy calculation, I am taking two rods of same length. You can take it as a exercise. Take different length also, you can solve it. Two rods are there of length L and L. They are joined end to end. That means they are in series now. They are in series. They are in series. Now what happens here? You are heating at this end. This end is maintained at 0 degrees Celsius. This end is maintained at 100 degrees Celsius. Let us assume. This end is maintained at 0 degrees Celsius and this end is maintained at 100 degrees Celsius. Now, what happens here is, they are in series, means rate of heat flow is constant. So, dq1 by dt is equal to dq2 by dt. This is the concept what you have to use, because series combination. In current electricity in second year, you have studied that in series combination, current remains same. So, these two must be equal. That is dq by dt. dq by dt of first one is Ka, T2 minus T1. Here it is at 0 degrees. Let us take the surface temperature as T. If you take surface temperature as T minus 0, from year to year. From year to year, here I am taking temperature is T, this is the difference. And why I am writing T minus 0? Because T must be greater. Because heat always flows from high temperature to low temperature like this. Heat always flows from high temperature to low temperature. And this is the surface temperature or contact temperature. So, T minus 0 by L, Ka T2 minus T1 by L is equal to Ka 100 minus T divided by L. Completed. You will get answer per T now. You will get answer per T now. 2T is equal to 100, then T is equal to 50. This is exactly maintained at 50 degrees Celsius. Very simple. Instead of that, in problem, if they give length and area of cross sections are different, then also you will get, suppose two rods are of different area of cross section. Two rods are of different area of cross section. Two rods are of different area of cross section also you will get same. This is the condition for series combination. In parallel combination also, for series combination, if they ask effective conductivity, same question, it is having a conductivity K1, it is having a conductivity K2. Then find effective conductivity. Effective conductivity means if this total rod is acting like a single rod and it is having a conductivity K effective. And what will be the length of this rod? 2L. So, in series combination, what is added? Potential difference is added. And in series combination, V is equal to V1 plus V2. Similarly, effective resistance is equal to R1 plus R2. This you already studied in current electricity. Even if you have PUC knowledge, you can write this formula. Now, R effective is, formula for resistance is L by Ka. Here L is 2L. 2L by K effective A is equal to L by Ka, K1A plus L by K2A. This L by A will get cancelled. 2 by K effective is equal to 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2. This is the formula. If they are connected in parallel, if they are connected in parallel like this, same length connected in parallel, this is L, this is also L, it is equivalent to a large rod having this much area, 2A, length will be L and L only. Okay. Now here in this case 1 by R effective in parallel combination, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, this you have to apply. Now if you apply like that, R value is L by K, 1 by R value is K A by L. So here K into area of cross section of the total rod is 2A by L, length is same, is equal to K1 A by L plus K2 A by L. A by L will get cancelled. A by L will get cancelled. K is equal to K1 plus K2 by 2. So this is how you have to apply the concept of Ohm's law. Concept of Ohm's law are all the concepts what you have studied. All the concepts what you have studied in current electricity, you can apply it for conduction. Suppose if two rods are connected like this. See, question they may ask anything. Suppose if two rods are connected like this in the form of Y. If they are connected like this, connected like this, then here you have to apply junction rule. You can apply Kirchhoff's junction rule. Junction rule. Heat entering the junction is equal to heat leaving the junction. Suppose this is at higher temperature 100, it is at some 0 degrees Celsius. What is the temperature here? If they ask, if they are identical, you can apply junction rule. Current entering at this junction is equal to current leaving. That is, if you take this as I1, this is I2, this is I3, I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. See, directly you will get the answer. dQ by dQ1 by T1 is equal to dQ2 by D2 plus dQ3 by T3. So this you will get directly by using this concept, you will get the answer. This is junction rule. So what concepts you have studied in current electricity, same thing you can apply for this conduction. In this chapter, conduction part is most important for competitive exams. Mostly problematic part is conduction part. So wherever confusion lies, there only your competitive exam question lies. So here mostly rods connected in series, rods connected in parallel, like that they can ask in case of conduction. So whatever may be the type of question, you can solve by using your current electricity knowledge. Again, different types of circuits we will explain in current electricity when we are discussing the second year part of your crash course. Now next will be convection. Convection is due to actual movement of molecules of the medium, the heat will get transferred, that is called convection. And next, in convection also two types, forced convection and natural convection. Natural convection occurs because of the difference in the density in the medium, and forced convection we are not concerned about density. There will be a pump for pumping these molecules from one place to other place. In case of convection, actual movement of molecules will take place. In case of convection, actual movement of molecules will take place, and these molecules will move from high temperature to low temperature, and this is also because of difference in the density. Difference in the density of the medium, molecules will move. Now here two types of convections are there. One is forced convection, other one is natural convection. Natural convection, the particles will move naturally, just like sea breeze or monsoons are example for natural convection. Next, forced convection means a pump is required. Best example is heart. Human being heart or animal's heart is an example for forced convection. A pump is required. A pump is required to pump the molecules from high temperature to low temperature. Example is human heart. The movement of blood, because total body it maintains common temperature by just pumping the molecules. So this is convection. And next type of transmission of heat is radiation. The transfer of heat in the form of electromagnetic wave is called radiation. And in radiation, we have to remember the amount of energy per unit area per unit time is equal to sigma T to the power of 4, where sigma is Wien's constant. And similarly, lambda max into T is equal to constant. And here again you have to study Newton's laws of cooling. Newton's law of cooling. According to Newton's law of cooling, if there is greater temperature difference, the body will get cool faster. So the rate of cooling d theta by dt is equal to k into theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught, where theta naught is the temperature of the surroundings. So this is energy per unit area per unit time is proportional to T to the power of 4. And one more formula will be there. When two temperatures are given, here you have to write T2, next you have to write T1. So T2 minus T1 to the power of 4 when two temperatures are given. Here T stands for absolute temperature. This is all about radiation. So transmission of heat is very small chapter. Here you have to remember these formulas. This is the quick recap of transmission of heat. So thank you for joining me. Please write down the formulas and start doing problems. If you have any doubts or comments, you can leave in the comment section.